First off, it's been a while since we've recorded, and that is not our fault. So the parts for the 940, we've needed some bits and bobs, and Emily's been sourcing them, and they have been quite difficult to get hold of. Some parts have had to come from different countries, and that is why it's taken a lot longer. So I think what we're going to do from now on is we're going to try and get a project finish before we actually put a video out, because there's a big wait between, and obviously you guys want to see things. We haven't posted anything on this for a very long time because we are doing things off camera. I'll just show you this side quickly. On this end, we've decided to take it to pieces and re-weld some bits and bobs on that, so we've got the other side to do as well. We've also moved some bits around in the unit just to make more space, because we are looking at getting a ramp. Now, we've got many projects going off as well at the same time. We've got something going off with DMO DJ. We've got Lee Lockwood's bits to do as well. We're doing a project with him, doing an engine swap. So there's many things that's still going on behind the scenes. We just haven't posted, I'm afraid. With there being a big delay between parts, so we had, in the last episode, we had the issue with the crank pulley. There was a bit of a keyway on there that had snapped off, and that was allowing the crank pulley to spin, so it was keeping it out of time. So once we got that crank pulley, we replaced that. We did it off camera, we did all that. And then there was other things like the turbo that couldn't be used because it was all cracked. The fins was all damaged on the new turbo that was given to us. The list was endless, basically. So we've done all that off camera, I'm afraid. Yeah, unfortunately, sorry guys, but we are obviously still doing other people's cars at the same time, so we could only do it in between. Now, this is where we're at. We got given this car basically as a shell. We got given it with everything in a box, and we've never put one together, ever. So basically we've had a jigsaw puzzle. So yeah, there might be some people saying they clearly don't know these engines. No, we don't. You're right. What's the shame in that? There isn't no shame. We've actually tried our very best to put this together the best we can, and this is where we're at. I'm going to stand here because the wind is very bad, but we have an engine in Emily Shields' 940. Now, you will have seen things that she's posted as well, that obviously we have progress with this car. The engine's all in. You can see, if I get a bit closer, the majority of it's all there. We're just figuring out some other little bits and bobs that she needs. It still needs bleeding up, don't it?
It's bled up, but the fan's constantly on. I think coolant temp sensor's faulty, so we've got another one to swap it anyway.
So we need to sort that out. When we started the car up, we started it up with no exhaust, haven't we?
Yeah.
There's literally been no exhaust. We've got a little bit of a downpipe that still isn't great, and it just literally ends down there. That don't really tighten up very nice, does it either?
No.
So when we did start it up, and it does start, it sounded like there was a little bit of a misfire. Now at this moment in time, we're unsure if there actually is a misfire or not, because obviously we might be hearing the raw noise from the engine. It's hard to say. The engine's not been run. We don't know what the condition was or how long it had ran for before, how many miles was on the engine or anything like that. So apologise if there's a little bit of wind. I'm going to try and stay out of it. So we need to sort the exhaust out now and get the exhaust as one piece to make sure that there is no issues. If there's no issues and it is misfiring, we've already checked the spark on all the coils. They seem to be sparking perfectly fine when they're earthed as well, and to do that we was basically disconnecting the coils, each individual coil, so disconnecting all these, putting a spark plug in the end of it, earthing it and cranking it over, just making sure that there's actually a spark there to eliminate that. There is no O2 sensor in as well, and you might be sat there thinking, well duh, that's probably why it's misfiring. You're probably right, this is actually probably true. It could be the reason it's misfiring, but we can't eliminate that until the exhaust is sorted. So Emily's got it sorted for somebody to come and pick the car up on a trailer to take it somewhere to get the exhaust done, and then obviously bring it back and we can carry on what we're doing. So again, like I said, that could absolutely be the reason why it is misfiring, because obviously with an O2 sensor fault or an O2 sensor issue, there can be a misfire. So reading the codes on these, it's not exactly really easy. So as Jack just informed me, how do we read them?
It has a little module here. You use the pin in it, and then you press a button, put your ignition on, press a button, and it flashes the LED light at you.
However,
this ain't got one.
it ain't got one.
It's missing, which is fun.
So that's gone walkabouts. It was never with the car. Like I said, we got given a box of stuff, a couple of boxes of stuff. There was some stuff in the car, Some things we've had to piece together, we've had to put pipes everywhere, so yeah, that's fun. Now if this, obviously putting an O2 sensor in doesn't cure it, then obviously we've got to look at fueling and such as well. But there's absolutely no point in us going into all of that if there isn't actually a misfire and it's just the raw noise that we're hearing from the engine, which is possible. So all in all, we need to get an exhaust, don't we? We need to get the exhaust sorted, because Emily's got a 3-inch exhaust, but she's also got a 2-inch downpipe, so we need to do some wizardry and sort that basically. So with regards to this, old Volvos never die. This one did, but not anymore.
No.
So Jack's going to give it a start so you can listen to it. It is very loud. I will warn you, it's very, very loud. Just because it's got no exhaust.
The bit on the exhaust that is there, it's going to rattle.
Yeah, it does rattle. So this bit here, the bit that's actually attached here, it does rattle. So that is what you'll hear when it starts up. That is all it is nothing else. It just don't bolt up fully for some reason, which again we've got to figure it out. So just remember that this isn't fully completed yet, but we probably won't be doing another video on this, because the only things that are left to figure out is basically just little tweaks, like little tiny tweaks and such. It's nothing majorly massive that we need to sort. So you can hear it's very, 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 very loud. You can also hear the noise as well. Now we're not sure if that little flip is a misfire. I think it might be, but we need to eliminate that. I'm going to have to walk over here because it's really loud, but once we've eliminated that, we can then see what else is going wrong with the car. If there is a misfire there, we can just do process of elimination. I've got to be really quick because this battery is about to die, so I'm going to go and quickly put this on charge, and I'll see you in 2 minutes and we'll show you a little drive of the 940. Apologies, we haven't recorded everything. Like I said, we've just been really busy and we've had to do the engine in between bits and bobs. We are still here, we are still cooking. My car, you'll receive a video when it's being painted. I'm not putting anything up now until it's being painted, and yeah, we can get that ball rolling. With the question of does it drive, the answer to that is you could probably hear it. It does drive, and it drives perfectly fine. The only issue is I think the starter's sticking as well, so we need to look at that. Obviously the front end's not all finished, but it sounds like a tractor, doesn't it? It's really, really loud, but again, it drives, which is good. The diff is just something special as well, you know. But she's driving. Emily's been waiting for this moment for a very, very long time. A very long time. But there it is. So as I did mention, there is many more things to do on it. There's other little bits and little tweaks that we need to do, but the next step now is to get that exhaust sorted. I'm not sure how long this is going to take again, but I am going to put this video up live because we're going to try and get this obviously sorted. As I said, I don't know if this is going to be the last video or not. I'm not sure if we're going to do another, but it's very loud.
What?
Thanks. So this is what we're talking about with the fan kicking on as well. I think it's that coolant temp sensor. The starter seems to be sticking a little bit as well, doesn't it? Yeah. So we're going to have a look at that, but again, we need to get that exhaust sorted so we can eliminate this possible misfire. Might not even be a misfire, but like I said, no O2 sensor. That's probably going to be likely the cause, isn't it? It's got fuel, it's got spark, but again, time will tell. So Emily, you need to bug it in, get the exhaust done, and then it can fuck off from our place.
Finally.